Abortion is a violation of the sanctity of life. Abortion is an act of bodily autonomy. If we didn't treat life as sacred, we would diminish human dignity. If we didn't have bodily autonomy, we would diminish human freedom. A fetus is a human being in its earliest stages of development. So abortion is a moral problem at any stage, but the problem gets worse as the fetus grows. Well, if we want to care for that human being in its earliest stages of development, let's care for them not just while they're in the womb, but over the course of their entire lifetime. Let's provide them with housing and healthcare and all the resources that a human being needs. Listen, abortion should be a rare last resort. Like only in cases of rape, incest, a threat to the life of the mother, or if the baby won't survive. If that's what the law said, most abortions would be illegal. And I'm saying most unwanted pregnancies are preventable. And the way to prevent unwanted pregnancies is not by making abortion illegal, which only makes it unsafe. It's by increasing access to contraception and sex education. And it's by making parenting easier with things like parental leave and affordable childcare. It is both more effective and more just to reduce abortion, not by making it less available, but by making it less necessary. The truth is, even Ruth Bader Ginsburg had issues with Roe. And that's because the Supreme Court rules on questions of the Constitution. And the Constitution says nothing about abortion. So abortion is not the Supreme Court's business. If you want access to abortion, pursue it democratically, build public support, and get some laws passed. Abortion is no longer the Supreme Court's business. Roe was overturned, and so we are pursuing abortion democratically. And our democracy is saying, even in conservative states, that we want abortion rights. Has anyone ever told you two that for having such different opinions, you really do look a lot alike? Anyways, are you pro-choice or pro-life is not a good question. You can't really be anti-choice or anti-life, right? Not really. No. Perhaps a better question is, how should states navigate the trade-offs between the rights of a developed individual, a woman, and the rights of an emerging individual, a fetus? The way other democracies do that is by generally prioritizing the rights of the woman up until a point, and then prioritizing the rights of the fetus. And women's versus fetal rights is not entirely what this debate is about. If it was, advocates for fetal rights would unequivocally support birth control, and advocates for women's rights would unequivocally admit that abortion does cause deep emotional pain. They don't. So perhaps it's time to reframe the debate from pro-choice versus pro-life to people who want to reduce unwanted pregnancies and the need for legal abortion versus people who want to restore traditional gender roles or treat abortion as just another form of birth control. Perhaps it's even time to retire pro-choice and pro-life altogether because most Americans don't identify with those labels anyway. I mean, that makes sense to me. Me too. Look, I think we'd all love for abortion to be unnecessary. And I think we understand that under some circumstances, abortion is the least bad option. So the task at hand is to democratically decide under which circumstances to make abortion available, while we also work to make abortion less necessary. This will be an evolving task because viability is moving earlier and earlier, but if we act as a democracy, I think we can do it. The internet wants to put you into a box. It gives you two options, red or blue, woke or anti-woke, pro-choice or pro-life. Don't fall for the false trade-off. Integrate more perspectives. Our view will always be partial, and we can always strive to see more faces of the diamond that is reality. In that spirit, what if we integrate the faces of capitalism? Faces of X is a series devoted to perceiving reality more fully. Watch the full series and make your own.